Good morning, everyone. I'm from the Dutch Ministry of Economic Affairs, and we are responsible for the policy and the strategy on digital economy. And that is also why we joined two consortiums for large-scale pilots. One is EWC, and the other one is We. Why? Because both consortiums have the same vision. And that vision is that the wallets are crucial for sustainable, real-time digital economy. And EWC is the consortium that is almost finished, and We is a consortium that will start. Large-scale pilots are based on the Aadhaar regulation, where the Commission has issued an ARF, Architecture Reference Framework, and co-financing. And in return, we as organizations, that could be private organizations, public organizations, work together in order to have interoperability, not only within Europe, but also globally. And also give feedback on the architecture reference framework to see what is needed in order to make wallets work. Now, in EWC, there are use cases that are important for businesses. For instance, everybody here is flying into Switzerland. You need to register for a hotel, maybe rent a car, and there are several use cases that we are doing in EWC, hotel registration, airline check-in, and all the others. And one other thing that is important for the business aspect, that is the digital identity for businesses. So those things are done in EWC, and here you see a number of the partners. What is important is how we did it. We are piloting right now in the last stages of the pilots, working with the EU citizens, trying to see how the use cases will work. Now we have had a great result. We actually had the first payment transaction, real payment using a wallet. And that is really a very important result, because it is not like testing in a test environment. It is a real payment that has done with a bank and also with one of the Greek ferries. So this sets the stage for the new phase for large-scale pilots, but we did it. I think that is really a great result that we had in EWC. Now, like I said, we are also working on the digital identity for businesses, and there are a lot of regulations, a lot of pieces that we put together. And finally, we had like a rule book for legal person identification data. That is one of the results that we had there. We discussed about mandates, representation. How do you represent a company if you're an employee? So those are the things that we did. We used the EU standards, but we think what we accomplished is also can be used much wider. Now this sets the stage for the next round of large-scale pilots, and that is We. EWC has been an initiative of the Swedish Business Register. We. Is an initiative of the Dutch Ministry of Economic Affairs and the Dutch Business Register together with the Swedish Business Register. So we had some continuity going over from EWC to We. And like I said, we have the same vision as EWC. We are use case driven. We. Is much, much bigger. It is 181 organizations right now. Probably we could have filled with 400 or so. We focused on use cases for payments, supply chain, and business use cases. So the things that really are meaningful that we think in order to make the ecosystem work. We have 22 member states represented. We have more than 40 business registers that are represented. And what is important, we try to look in the whole chain in the ecosystem. So an empty wallet is not useful. You need to share your data. So you also need the verifiable credential issuers, electronic attestation of attributes, how they are called in the EU, in the Aadhaar regulation. So we also have those issuers. We have relying parties. We have a number of wallet issuers, but we also have the other technology providers. We have QTSPs, the qualified trust service providers, who will issue services like electronic signatures, electronic register delivery services. So we try to have every piece of the ecosystem in our consortium. And what is important, it starts, especially for use cases for businesses, with business registers who issue the legal person identification. So that's what we're going to do. And for that, we are using the results of all the consortiums. In EWC, the legal person identification data. We use the payments also in EWC, but also from Nobit. We use the electronic signatures from Potential. So what we see is that we have a lot of organizations, private and public organizations in WeBuild as well. So that's what we're going to start. And of course, the most interesting thing is that right after we issued our proposal to the Commission to be allowed to start our large-scale pilot, the initiative of the Commission was there with the business wallet, and that will also be a part of our consortium. But not only, because also EIDAS wallets with mandates can be very useful for businesses. What is important is that both EWC and WeBuild are use case driven. We are looking at the use case and see how they can work. We are doing, like I said, B2B use cases, business to business, business to government, and also business to consumers. We are doing everything. We have global partners, and we also have EU partners as well. So it will be a very useful mix, and we think it is necessary in order to make the ecosystem work. Well, here are the use cases, but you can always find the information on our website. These are the business registers that are represented. It is from all over of Europe. And one slide has been missing. So I think we are under a magnifying glass because we will be doing the business wallet that has the idea of the Commission. We are very confident that we will be successful. EWC was very successful, not only with having the payment, but also, like I said, with the rulebook on legal person identification. The other use cases that worked out very well. So a lot of the organizations from EWC went over to WeBuild together with other organizations from the other consortiums. So yeah, we look forward to our official start, which will kick off in September 3rd. Of this year, and then we will be working for 24 months in order to get the ecosystem working. Thank you very much.